Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we hope everyone enjoyed tonight's Sunday night football game between the Cowboys and the Eagles, but now we've got Wranglers football on tap as the 2023 schedule has just come out.
The excitement is now at a fever pitch, James. We know all the opponents that the 2022 IFL National Champion Northern Arizona Wranglers are going to play, and I cannot wait until March 25th, brother. When they unveil those two banners and we get our rings, that's when we know it's really on.
We are going to be dropping banners. We're excited about it. It's going to be a fantastic time leading up to that. We're going to be joined as well tonight by Coach Les Moss. He'll join us here in just a few minutes, and it's going to be great to catch up with him. We haven't had a chance to actually, Ed, to talk with him since the final championship game there, so I'm excited to catch up with him and see what he's been up to. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right to this schedule. And we are blessed this season to open up with 3 straight home games. We talked about it before. Saturday, March 25th at 6:05 p.m. local time, we open things up against the Duke City Gladiators at the Findlay Toyota Center.
And we know how well this football team played at home last season, James. Did not lose a single game. They were 9-0 at the Pinnacle Bank Field at the Findlay Toyota Center. So to start off with 3 straight home games, of course, we're going to drop, as we mentioned, the Western Conference Championship banner and the IFL National Championship banner on Saturday, March 25th against the Duke City Gladiators. And then we move on to Vegas, and then we'll have a bye week between Vegas and San Diego. But that's a great way to start off the season with 3 straight home games before we hit the road for 3.
That's going to be an exciting home stretch there to open up the season. First game against Duke City, and then we take on those Vegas Nighthawks, the same team we faced opening the championship season last year, dropping that one 22-9 there at Vegas. And Vegas steadily improved throughout the season last year, so they're competitive to say the least. And then the San Diego Strike Force, they're really just trying to get things reorganized down there in Southern California, and they're going to be a formidable opponent for us this season.
Of course, and you saw San Diego play much better toward the back end of the season last season, so I expect San Diego to be a vastly improved football team, as you mentioned, the Vegas Nighthawks as well. So none of these 3 games, of course, Duke City is a playoff team as well, so none of these teams, Duke City, Vegas, or San Diego, will be pushovers for the national champions to kick off with.
And let's face it, Ed, the target is going to be on our back. Anytime you win it all, every team's going to be gunning for you. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the 2023 IFL season as it relates to your Northern Arizona Wranglers. Before we hit the road on Sunday, April the 23rd against the Bay Area Panthers, we're going to take a short timeout and come right back here and catch up with head coach Les Moss from Orlando, Florida. He'll be joining us live here in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us here on a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. It's the 2023 schedule release show. Attention Wranglers fans, James Poovey here, the voice of your Northern Arizona Wranglers. Season tickets for your 2022 IFL National Champion Northern Arizona Wranglers are now on sale for the 2023 regular season.
And this is Ed Cole, color analyst for your IFL National Champions, the Northern Arizona Wranglers. You can check our website, NAZWranglers.com, for a seating map of the Findlay Toyota Center and all the pricing breakdowns. This is located under the season tickets tab on the homepage, so go right there.
For any season ticket inquiries, call us at 928-379-5581.
Or you can contact our Director of Communications, Tucker Welch, at tuckerwelch@NAZWranglers.com. And folks, we will see you on Saturday, March 25th for the season opener. We will unveil both banners, the Western Conference Championship and the National Championship banners against the Duke City Gladiators.
Join us inside the Findlay Toyota Center Saturday, March 25th. We will see you soon, and let's ride. We welcome you back to a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. We're pleased to be joined now by world champion head coach Les Moss. Coach, how are you, sir? Great to see you again. We haven't had a chance to really catch up with you since the championship game. You're now back down in Florida and have been for almost 2 months now. Just give us a recap on how you guys are doing down there. Obviously, trouble with the hurricane as of late, and we're praying for all those folks down there for a speedy recovery. But tell us about the Mosses and how you guys have been over the last couple of weeks.
Well, we're good. Thank you for asking. It's great to see both you guys. It's not far away with the schedule release, but we're fine. You know, we're on the east coast of Florida in Volusia County, so it was more of a water event for our area. We lost power for 4 days and cell service and everything, but as far as we didn't have any intake of water, but A lot of our area did. We live about a mile from the St. Johns River, and the St. Johns River is really flooding Central Florida right now. So it's a tough situation for a lot of people, that's for sure. And our prayers are with them.
Absolutely. Coach, this is the first time we had a chance to talk to you since that magical night, August 13th in Henderson, Nevada, when we won the IFL National Championship. So how are things with you after just a few months after we hoisted that trophy and we claimed the crown as IFL National Champions?
Well, things are great. Obviously, it's good to be a champion, but we've already moved on from that. And we're getting started on 2023. You know, those for coaches, and I mean, those obviously it's unbelievable feeling, and it's a great accomplishment to win the championship. And you know, we all enjoyed that. But there comes a time and place where we got to move on. And so we're on to 2023 right now. That's a great memory, and that was a great accomplishment for everybody involved. But you know, we're on to 2023.
Coach, how exciting is it for you, before we get into that 2023 schedule, which is just recently released just a day or so ago, how exciting is it for you to see some of these players getting invites to the XFL draft and really getting the exposure that they've really tried to get throughout this indoor football league process? They wanted to get on this Northern Arizona Wranglers team. They were successful in doing so, and now they're getting that well-deserved exposure.
Yeah, that's, you know, I mean, this is a league of opportunity, and that's what it's for them to, you know, build their resume and, you know, get good film, you know, get good coaching, get good film, and then get opportunities at you know, higher paying leagues, you know, destination leagues is the way I call them. And, you know, where you can make a living. So we have 8 or 9 players in that XFL draft. They got USFL teams are also looking at them. So it's an exciting time for them, but it's an exciting time for us too, because we're in the process of recruiting and signing players also. So, you know, we wish them all the best of luck. I mean, we hope they all get picked up, and if not, you know, we'd love to have them all back. But you know, this is an exciting time to be a professional football player because there's a lot of jobs out there.
Speaking of that, some more news came out, some exciting news. The IFL and XFL are partnering up this coming season. So, Coach, talk about that, and how exciting will that be for you to have this coming together of these two mega organizations to have this partnership?
Well, it's a great partnership for the players. You know, I mean, it's a player personnel partnership where we're going to share information. They're going to have access to our game film, you know, our practices, our tryout camps. We're going to have access to their, you know, training camps and game film. They're going to have a draft in November, and the players that aren't drafted, if they wish to play in the IFL, they're going to do some things, some sharing some information. You know, it's a newly formed partnership that's growing, and we're learning about it right now. But I think, you know, they're going to have a combine at the end of the season exclusively for IFL players. So I think this is a huge, huge benefit. I think this is going to be a great equal sharing partnership, and something that's going to be great for the IFL for years to come.
It's all about the exposure for these young men, and that's the ultimate goal, Coach, and that's exactly what's happening with the integration of the XFL and the IFL. Let's talk about that 2023 schedule for just a moment. Let's take a look at it right here on the screen. We open up with 3 straight home games. That should be exciting. 3 straight home games there at the Findlay Toyota Center, opening up against Duke City, and then the Vegas Nighthawks and the San Diego Strike Force. Talk about what it means for you as a head coach to open up at home and really get the support of that home crowd to start off the season.
Well, you know, I mean, obviously we're going to drop the banner that first game against Duke City. It's great to play in front of our fans anytime we can get in front of our fans. To have 3 in a row right off the bat is you know, I mean, that's awesome. You know, right now, I mean, the March 25th for me seems like a very long way away, because there's a lot of work to do between now and March 25th before we really start playing games. But, you know, I think it's a good schedule. You know, it really kind of reminds me a little bit of our schedule last year, except we opened up on the road, you know, that first game. But, you know, it's a familiar schedule. Duke City, Las Vegas, San Diego coming out of the gate. Duke City's a good team, a playoff team. Vegas, they're off of their expansion year, so they're going to be a much improved team. And San Diego, same with San Diego. So, we're excited about that, but we're more excited right now at the present moment of getting our roster set. At this time last year, just a year ago, I don't think we had one player under contract at this time. So we're a little bit ahead of the schedule, but the roster, the schedule, the schedule is what it is. It's a tough schedule. Our side of the west side is a tough division. And then, you look at who we got to play from the east side there toward the end of the season. We got Frisco and Massachusetts coming over from the east. I'm glad we have them at home. But, I like the schedule. I think it's a good schedule. I think it's a competitive schedule. And I think our home schedule is excellent for our fans.
And it's not hard to look and see that we played the Rattlers 3 times this season, 2 of them down at Footprint Center. I'm sure. What did you think when you saw that part of the schedule, Coach? When you're like, okay, so we got the Rattlers 2 out of 3 times down at Footprint Center.
My initial thought was we're going to have to play the Rattlers 4 times to get to the championship. The schedule is what it is, guys. We're going to have to play who we play. You know what I mean? We're going to have to beat them. And we're going to have a good record. So for me, I'm excited about this schedule. Yeah, we're going to have to play the Rattlers 3 times and probably 4. Last year we had to play Tucson 4 times. I think this is a fair schedule. I think the competitive balance is fair. And when the time comes, we're going to be looking forward to playing it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time so much. Thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. And like you said, the offseason is going to go by quick, and we're going to be at March 25th before you know it, but a lot of hay to put in the barn before that time comes up there in Prescott Valley, Arizona. So we thank you again for your time this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Stay with us here on a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. We'll come right back and keep reviewing that 2023 schedule and hit the road as we go to the Bay Area Panthers on Sunday, April 23rd. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Attention Wranglers fans, James Poovey here, the voice of your Northern Arizona Wranglers. Season tickets for your 2022 IFL National Champion Northern Arizona Wranglers are now on sale for the 2023 regular season.
And this is Ed Cole, color analyst for your IFL National Champions, the Northern Arizona Wranglers. You can check our website, NAZWranglers.com, for a seating map of the Findlay Toyota Center and all the pricing breakdowns. This is located under the Season Tickets tab on the homepage, so go right there.
For any season ticket inquiries, call us at 928-379-5581.
Or you can contact our Director of Communications, Tucker Welch, at tuckerwelch@NAZWranglers.com. And folks, we will see you on Saturday, March 25th for the season opener. We will unveil both banners, the Western Conference Championship and the National Championship banners against the Duke City Gladiators.
Join us inside the Findlay Toyota Center Saturday, March 25th. We will see you soon, and let's ride. We welcome you back to a very special edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. Ed, it was always great to catch up with Coach Les Moss. I'm excited that he's excited for the 2023 season, and I'm also excited that everybody's okay down there in his area, down there in Florida.
Absolutely. Prayers go out to everybody in Florida that's suffering through what happened with Hurricane Ian and the aftermath of that. So God bless all of you. Our hearts and our prayers and our sympathies go out to you. And we just hope you guys all recover and you're well.
And we move on here now and highlight some more games along the 2023 schedule. Ed, after we start with those 3 straight home games, we then hit the road to visit the Bay Area Panthers in San Jose, California, and a few familiar faces over there now on that Bay Area Panthers organization.
Quite a few, James. Darren Arbett, remember the color analyst for the Bay Area Panthers? He's elevated now to become the head coach of the Panthers. Dixie Wooten is going to be the offensive coordinator. Of course, Rob Keefe, our former defensive coordinator, who was a mastermind of that maniacal, that crazy defense last year for our championship team. He's the defensive coordinator there now. Also, Darren Hungerford, one of the mainstays, number 52, a stalwart at the linebacker position. He signed with Bay Area. So it's going to be, as you mentioned, a lot of familiar faces, and I expect this to be a great game out in San Jose.
It should be good. It's going to be a mini Wranglers reunion there, if you think about it, Ed, between all of us there. That'll be on Sunday, April 23rd, 5:05 Arizona time kickoff. And then we travel to Las Vegas to battle the Nighthawks on Friday, April the 28th. An interesting Friday game on the schedule there for the Wranglers. And then to end a 3-game road trip, we will visit the Tucson Sugar Skulls on Saturday, May 6th.
That'll be interesting, James. That'll be a short work week. Sunday in San Jose, 5 days later, turn around, go to Henderson, Nevada, go to take on the Vegas Nighthawks. So that'll be a lot of quick preparation for Coach Moss and his coaching staff and the players, knowing that, again, in less than a week, they'll have to turn right back around, hit the road, and go to Nevada.
And then the Wranglers will return home on Saturday, May 13th at 6:05 local time to battle the Bay Area Panthers. And the Wranglers should have a leg up on that one, Ed, having visited the Bay Area Panthers just a couple of weeks prior there on April the 23rd.
Yes, but it'll be the return of all of those aforementioned gentlemen that played and coached for the IFL National Champions. That'll be a fun night back in May 13th. I don't know what they're going to do as far as rings and everything, as far as all the logistics on that one, but it'll be good to see Coach Keefe and Darren and Coach Arbette and Coach Dixie in Prescott Valley for that night.
Yes, Dave Lewis also will be there, the voice of the Bay Area Panthers. Always great to see him as well. And now you mentioned Coach Arbette. He will now step down from the broadcast booth and down into the coach's box down there for the Bay Area Panthers, taking over the head job. And now, Ed, we look at what will be 3 games this upcoming season against those Arizona Rattlers, beginning on Saturday, May the 20th. That one inside the Footprint Center to get it all started next season.
Yeah, James, when I looked at the schedule, I said, we're going to Footprint Center twice. We're playing the Rattlers 3 times. I'm like, who in the front office for the Indoor Football League scheduled that? They knew what they were doing when they had us play the Rattlers, when they scheduled us 3 times this year, 2 of them down in downtown Phoenix.
They indeed knew for sure. That one will be May 20th against the Rattlers. And then we hit the road again next week on Saturday, May 27th, and head to Rio Rancho, New Mexico to battle the Duke City Gladiators. That one a 5:05 kickoff. And Duke City, another one of those very formidable opponents. And they just keep getting stronger as they go along there at Duke City.
Sure. We saw how good they played last season, last June 25th, when the Wranglers went there and lost 49-41. So that is not going to be an easy trip to New Mexico for the national champions to go there and come out victorious.
And then after that game, we return home on Saturday, June 3rd, to battle those Arizona Rattlers once again, a 6:05 p.m. kickoff, the second of 3 matchups next season, as we mentioned earlier, between us and the Rattlers. And then we hit the road once again back to San Diego on Saturday, June 10th, to battle the San Diego Strike Force. And once again, we'll have a good idea on those guys as we've already played them back in April, on the 15th of April to be exact, at home at the Findlay Toyota Center. And then down the home stretch, Ed, towards the end of the 2023 schedule, we end with 3 straight home games starting on Saturday, June 17th. Why don't you break those down for us there, those next 3 games?
Yeah, 3 of those games, they're all playoff teams, James. The Frisco Fighters, one of the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference last season. They're coming here to Prescott Valley June 17th. I'm looking forward to that game. A week later, the Tucson Sugar Skulls will come back. We know the rivalry that these 2 teams are building. Tucson, that will not be an easy game for the national champions to come out victorious. And then we'll take a bye week between Tucson and Massachusetts, but another playoff team, the Massachusetts Pirates, the team that won the IFL National Championship the year before the Wranglers won the national championship. That'll be a outstanding football game. I'm looking forward to the Pirates coming to Prescott Valley. That'll be a competitive football game between 2 of these teams. And at this point of the season, James, you would think this will have some kind of bragging rights as far as playoff seeding is concerned, even though they're in a different conference than we are, but it will still have a playoff atmosphere-like feel when the Pirates come on July 8th.
And make no mistake, by the time we get to July 8th, Ed, there should be a lot of things playoff seeding wise that will still be yet to be determined. So that game could have big time playoff implications as we face those Massachusetts Pirates on Saturday, July 8th. And that'll be the final home game of the regular season for your Northern Arizona Wranglers. And we did not face those Massachusetts Pirates this past season, Ed. We saw them once in the inaugural season in 2021. So I'm excited to see those guys come to town again one more time in July. And then we end the regular season on the road on Saturday, July 15th against the Arizona Rattlers. And once again, that game could no doubt have playoff implications.
And as Coach Moss said, that could be the third of 4 times we would face the Rattlers in order to get back to the IFL National Championship game. So that game on July 15th down in downtown Phoenix is going to be something special. You remember, of course, James, when we went down there to cover the Western Conference Championship and the atmosphere and how it felt inside that building when the Wranglers got that last that touchdown toward the end of that football game, and then they secured it with an interception to claim that Western Conference Championship crown. So this game in Footprint in mid-July is going to be something.
It is going to be exciting, to say the least. If you haven't done it lately, Ed, go take a look at our post-game wrap-up from that Western Conference Championship game. That was a mighty fun atmosphere that night at the Footprint Center as we were making our way to the IFL National Championship game there in Henderson, Nevada. I'm so excited for the 2023 schedule, and it is packed with quality opponents.
It really is. And it's not going to be easy for this team, the Northern Arizona Wranglers, the IFL National Champions, to repeat, because as you mentioned, they've got a target on their backs now, folks. This is the team that won the championship. So every team that is on this team schedule knows when they're coming here or when the Wranglers are coming to their building. So Coach Moss and his organization, of course, we have to talk about Coach Simpson. We've got a new defensive coordinator, so things have changed a little bit. So I'm excited for Coach Simpson to come in here and run this defense. Of course, Coach Moss and Coach Simpson coached together in Iowa, so they have a familiarity with each other, James.
Yeah, and we're going to get a chance to catch up with Coach Simpson over the next coming weeks, so make sure and stay tuned here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. We'll have that for you, as I said, in the upcoming weeks. I'm excited to get to know Coach Simpson and what he's going to bring to the table here for the Wranglers. And we also got some recent signees as well that we'll be catching up with as well, Ed. So I'm excited. More content coming your way here over the next couple of months as we lead up to kickoff there on March the 25th.
Absolutely. JP, folks, I'm excited to see what Coach Moss and his coaching staff are going to do as far as free agency is concerned and who's going to come back and who may move on via XFL or wherever they may go, USFL or other teams. We talked about Darren Hungerford moving on to the Bay Area. It'll be interesting to see what the roster breakdown will be for this 2023 Northern Arizona Wranglers football team. But I'm just excited, and I cannot wait until March 25th. James, we say it's a long way away now, like Coach said, but before you know it, we'll be at the Pinnacle Bank Field at Findlay Toyota Center, holding our rings up, and the banners will come down, and it'll be a festive atmosphere. But then we have to play a football game and start the season.
And then we're going to have to strap it up right there and go defend that championship, Ed. And that's really the toughest part. But I'm as excited as you are. It's going to be a fantastic season there in 2023. And stay with us here throughout the offseason as we'll have more content coming your way here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you had a great Sunday evening of football. And we will talk to you again very soon. Have a great night, and go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.